So while paperwork and billing are awful, let's be honest, if we are really honest, it's not just the admin pieces that bring us down. So today I'm going to share with you a piece of my heart and why, as a speech language pathologist, I chose to bring doTERRA into the picture. And it really was the best decision I could have made for myself, for my patients, for my business. And I know that your desire to serve your community is great. And in many ways, you're making an impact on the lives around you, but you know that there's more. And if we're being really honest, we're worn down by the families, the patients in your line of work, the people that you're working with. Maybe they're making very little progress, or maybe they're making no progress at all. And when you look at their diagnosis, you realize that there's underlying pieces and issues that you want to address, these root causes, rather than just putting band-aids on problems. So I've got some ideas to help. And so if you're new with me, my name is Amy Miller. I'm a wellness advocate and a business coach, and I help my fellow SLPs and fellow business owners really return to joy and set their business apart by bringing in natural tools and solutions into their everyday lives and business so that they have tools at their fingertips that address issues rather than just putting band-aids on problems. And that way they can spend their time in their zone of genius instead of getting bogged down and burned out by all the things. So, yes, if you're watching on the recording today, welcome to you. If you're watching on Instagram, welcome to you as well. I will say you are in the cheap seats because you won't be able to see everything I'm sharing today, but so come join us over here on Facebook. And so I want to be able to connect with you today on a heart-to-heart level because let's face it, speech language pathology is a very rewarding field, and it's also a very uphill battle. There's a lot of challenges and loopholes you have to go through and grind, and tears and blood, sweat, and tears to be able to get that degree and that licensure and practice. And I love the beauty of the field. I love that the diversity, the aspect that you're always learning. There's never enough to learn. I love that you can specialize in the field or not, and so many things. But I did find that today on Free Friday, we're going to be free from being stuck, free from hitting the ceiling with our knowledge base, with our impact level, free from hitting the ceiling with our paycheck, and free to impact more lives, free to work smarter, and free to return to joy. So if you want access to some of my notes today that I'm going to share with you, just type the word choices below. Again, you're going to have to do this over on Facebook or you won't catch it, but type the word choices below, and I'm going to share with you my free SWOT analysis guide that will, for the most part, apply. I have specific examples to those who work in the therapy field and private practice, but you could tweak it to apply for your line of business as well. And if this topic resonates with you, go ahead and let somebody know below. And yes, we love to learn out loud here on Free Friday. So we use the hashtag Free Friday, and we want to explain whatever is freeing your mind or whatever that aha moment is. But anytime you hear something that's really valuable to you, a new idea or a nugget that you want to hold on to, just type in the words hashtag Free Friday and just share whatever that nugget is that you want to hold on to. I love learning out loud here together. So, I got phone calls coming in here. Okay. So again, okay. So like I mentioned, and let me just back up here. I know that many of you, when you are in a helping profession of some sort, like speech language pathology, lots of the therapy fields, anything, all of the the fields that are in the medical realm, but especially when you're working one-on-one with people, you can get really worn down by those families that you're making very little progress with, or maybe no progress at all. And if you're like me, I started on a health journey myself, and I began to see that there were underlying issues happening within that family, or within that diagnosis, that you realized in many ways you were just putting band-aids on those problems. And so let's get started with some of my background, because I want to really share a little bit of my heart and passion with you today. It was I think it was in 5th grade when I decided that when I grew up, I wanted to be a speech pathologist. I didn't even know what that was going to entail or anything, but I didn't deviate from it. I wanted to work one-on-one with patients and their families. I wanted to make a difference. I went to a great college, and I had a great grad school program that helped me help prepare me for life as a speech path. And I was able to experience different types of therapy, different specialties, so I could really hone in on my passions and figure out what setting I wanted to spend my time in. And a few years later, I was practicing, and I was helping people, and it was a dream come true. But then reality hit. You know that feeling. And just to clear it up, I love my craft. I loved working with patients, seeing the lights turn on, watching them overcome different obstacles, and knowing that you had a small part in helping them. I loved hearing feedback from families or family members, or who shared their appreciation. And I loved meeting new patients and their families, getting to know their stories. For a long while, I actually worked in homes. So I loved I was actually getting to be a part of that family. And I loved seeing how they could rise up to the challenges they were facing. And I loved giving them hope that things could get better. But in every setting, there were challenges that made my job tougher. And yeah, there were challenges that made my job tougher. And I have to be honest and say that, that pulled my attention away from the things that made my job rewarding. Things like billing, dealing with insurance companies, the paperwork, the frustrations with maybe sometimes limitations with materials and things like that. And when I worked in a school setting, it was trying to coordinate schedules with teachers and making sure paperwork was up to date. Things that suck the life out of me. I'm sure you can relate, even if you're not a speech pathologist. And as an SLP, I was always known as the research queen, okay? So if there was a tool that you could use to help a patient, I would find it. If there was a resource out there, a new resource or something, a new method we could try, I could figure it out. And I was always searching for new ways to help a patient. That was my forever learner strength coming in there. But even so, there were many times I remember sitting in front of a patient and feeling stuck. I was out of tools and my hands were tied. And while this wasn't something I dealt with in my particular setting, I've also got friends that have their own practice that would benefit from having something that sets them apart from the other clinics in the area, from the other private practices in the area. And bonus, if it's something that you can bring alongside your business that complements what you already do, that help your patients and create another source of income. And many therapists offer options people can use in their course of therapy or provide other helpful resources. I have therapy friends who will make therapy materials or tools for other therapists to use, or for patients to purchase, those who are crafty and things like that and creative in that way. And so I chose to partner with dōTERRA because I began to see that it helped me enhance what I was already doing with people. It actually helped me make a bigger impact on their lives. I still get to work with people one-on-one. I still get to give them options. Actually, now I get to give them options that have side benefits instead of side effects. I get to see people go from surviving to thriving. I get to work with other healthcare professionals who want to make a bigger impact and don't want to be limited by a system. I still get to earn an income that my family needs and to love and care for them and not feel like I have to do things that are sacrificing my mental space or my physical well being or my morals. And bonus, doTERRA has allowed me to see incredible changes in the people I'm helping. And because of doTERRA, I'm still making that difference. And I know that you've heard this drilled into your head time and time again, but it's true. In the ever-changing world of speech language pathology or healthcare, the key to keeping your edge is to never stop learning. But after a long and challenging day, you'd much rather pour a glass of wine or have some hot tea or just hang around the house. And so I'm here to tell you, go for it. You deserve it. And I want to hear from you that if you feel like this in any way has helped you clear up, or if it's made you realize this is a time that you need to step back and relook at what you're doing in your line of work, in your business, and maybe have some analysis and shift maybe your line of thinking to a new way of thinking. I want to hear from you. Share with me below. And of course, if you want access again to these notes, including my gift to you, a SWOT analysis guide that helps you look at your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and oh gosh, now I just remembered, I forgot the T of the SWOT. It stands for analyzing the strengths of your business, the weaknesses, the opportunities, and one other thing, but I'll have it in the analysis guide for you. So thank you so much for joining me today. You are worth my investment. And I'm looking forward to hearing from you and how you choose to make a shift maybe in your own line of work, or maybe bring on something new that can make a bigger impact in the lives of those around you. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.